All right, cool. There it is. All right, so October Talk 3. Trace, yeah. Cody, when was the last time you introduced or did the intro for a thing?
This morning
Every
at 9 o'clock.
Talk ever.
Okay, well, I'm not ever at those, so...
You're not wrong, but I mean, I do those all the time.
Well, how about... Okay, Cody, you say that this is October Talk 3, and Alex, you can intro the topic. All right, go.
Hey guys, welcome to October Talk 3.
No, okay, so...
We just did that already.
You just messed it up. No, you're just supposed to say this is October Talk 3. Okay, right? So, tell you what, I'll say... We'll each say something. I'll say, hey guys, then you do this. Okay. Hey guys...
It's October Talk 3.
Creepy artists.
Oh, okay. That's what we're talking about, creepy artists. It's vague, but it's supposed to be.
Yeah, because we have, 3 different demographics here we can pull from.
Painting artists, like artists.
Comics and movies.
Comic books and movies. So.
Yeah.
And then there's music.
And
then all things entertainment.
Yeah, there you go. Hey, yeah.
You like how I did that? Yeah.
I like that. That's, but no, before we started recording, Cody doesn't think Alice Cooper's creepy outside of his live shows.
To be fair, I haven't seen much of him like just normally, but like I've listened to the Alice Cooper After Dark on the KCMQ radio station, and it doesn't seem all that weird.
He's weird on that. He's weird in a different sense on that, where he's like,
is he weird or is he awkward?
I think he
more weird,
or is it like
awkward.
teetering on both?
He's Alice Cooper. Like he's like,
Yeah.
This is the infamous like bad radio show that is guaranteed to give you an aneurysm. Nights with Alice Cooper.
What?
Aneurysm.
You guys know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But anyways, he's like, stuff like that. And the voiceover guy's like, oh, Alice Cooper went to the men's room to touch up his makeup. Like little hints like that. That's still like Alice Cooper is still Alice Cooper. But like,
yeah. I guess it depends on your definition of weird or creepy, because I just didn't find him that creepy.
Well, probably not you or myself or I don't know, I guess Alex. Because, like, we're into that.
Alice Cooper doesn't really... No, he wouldn't be creepy to me. But, like, the one that I found creepy, too, is ICP. They're just creepy to me. I know... and they come... Yeah. And it's in a weird way. It's like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just afraid of clowns, like, deep down. But
I guess. I don't find them more creepy as I find them more inappropriate.
That's true, too.
Yeah. Which I can see where, like, inappropriate and creepy could be mixed up.
Depending on what they say. I can see that, yeah.
Because, like, I think Marilyn Manson's both creepy and inappropriate, but doesn't mean I don't like him.
Well, one of us.
Well, I'll say me. I don't know what your guys... I don't know. What do you guys think about, not Alice Cooper, about Marilyn Manson?
Dude, I've been told by people that... Because I've never been a huge Manson fan. Like, I've listened to his music, and it doesn't appeal to me for some reason. I think it's the way he sings that I'm just not a huge fan of.
That's okay.
And a lot of people are like, oh, no, you have to see him live. Well, I saw him live, and yeah, if anything, it made my thoughts on him worse. 'Cause I was like, man, a lot of that was just uncalled for. Like, I saw him live at Chicago Open Air, which I've talked to you plenty about, John.
Yeah.
And the main stage there is in... where they had it at. I don't know if it's still in Toyota Park in Chicago or not, but when it was up there, the main stage was in the soccer field, and on the side of it was, like, I guess VIP seating for, like, the soccer games, and they had, like, not lawn chairs, but, like, table chairs and stuff stacked up. He goes over there and just starts chucking these chairs, and I was like, dude, what the heck? Like,
yeah.
So, like, you didn't even have to go over there. Like, that was so uncalled for. I mean, some of the things I've heard that he's done on stage, I'm like, yeah, that's just... I get, like, putting on a show, but he just takes things a little bit too far for me.
I'm with you on that one. I believe that, because I remember, like, the only video I remember vividly that was super creepy and weird was, do you remember the, I don't know what album it was, but If I Was Your Vampire?
I don't know if I've seen that one.
It was the same song they used for Max Payne, the movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that really doesn't help me.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was super weird and creepy. I just didn't like it. I was just like, that's weird.
Yeah.
See, like, I'm not a Manson fan, I guess, but like, I'm not a Manson fan. Like, I'll defend.
You dislike him.
Yeah.
But if someone asks, "Oh, do you like Manson?" You'd kind of be like, "Eh."
I like some of the things that he philosophizes in, because it just does make sense. Like him as an actual artist and as an actual being, some of the things he says about the definition of art, I could agree on.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
But like,
there's definitely things I'd agree on with him. It's just the fact that everyone was like, "Oh, well, seeing him laugh will change your thoughts on him," and I was like, "No, that didn't help."
Well, like he does theatrics like Alice Cooper or like even Rob Zombie, like both him and Alice Cooper have said, and but like his theatrics are like it's like watching a slasher film to where like it's supposed to be a horror movie, but like no, it's a slasher. It's like these are supposed to be theatrics like a the theatric set, but really it's like messed up on how he does it, because he's came out like before on what are those things called again that's supposed to make you taller, you put on your feet? Stilts list. He's came out with like stilts, and like his like arms were like extra extended, so he looked like this like weird deformed like creature human. And he's come out with like looking like a messed up, like a bad date with like a Mickey Mouse hat on. And I kind of get like the rebellion, like anti like social thing he's got going, but like at the same time it's like,
see, I don't see it as that like anti-rebellion, like those two in general. Like, granted, I don't know the backstory between them, but like it seems to me it was like right beforehand he was like, what can I do that's just gonna make them look at me like, what?
Yeah. I guess so.
Like, it just seems like so unnecessary and gratuitous almost.
If him and Lady Gaga came out at the same time, I would say he was a Lady Gaga of rock and roll.
Well, he did kind of.
Okay,
like
no,
he still had that.
Close.
He said he still had that rumor, kind of like the junior high rumor.
Yeah,
of
what
Lady
was
Gaga.
up with that? Well, no, actually, I saw an interview. Yeah, I saw a interview with Alice Cooper. Oh, not Alice Cooper. We keep talking about Alice now. With Marilyn Manson, and the interviewer was basically like, "Hey, have you heard this rumor?" And he's like, "Yeah, I've heard that rumor." And they're like, "Where did that rumor come from?" And he has no idea. He thinks it has to do, of course, when he used prosthetics to make him look like a girl on that one album cover, and then he was doing other prosthetics with like his back, because he also had like back problems and stuff like that. That he thinks that because of all that and all the different prosthetics he was using, was then when somebody came up with the rumor of like, oh, he's doing all this because he removed his ribs and whatnot.
Which either way,
yeah.
Like, looking back at it now, I feel kind of stupid believing that. Like,
oh no, we all feel stupid.
I know, but then even now I'm like, it wouldn't work that way.
But yeah, but I love how like now we're like, that's stupid, not because like it was a stupid rumor, but because we're like, well, no, that still wouldn't work. So, but no, back to Alice Cooper, because I keep talking about him. He thought it was funny the first time he met Marilyn Manson, because Alice Cooper was like, oh, a guy that wears makeup that has a girl's name that does theatrics and rock and roll. I wonder where he got that from. And it's like literally Alice Cooper and what he does. But what's crazy about what Alice Cooper said about Marilyn Manson the first time they met is that Alice Cooper bought into the Marilyn Manson scene at first, like everyone else does. But when they were talking, they were having a serious conversation about, this and that and the issues that Marilyn was going through in his life. And Alice Cooper was like, past all the creepy makeup and all the like unnecessary theatrics that we're talking about, he's like, he's just a normal person, And it's crazy, like, how many of these creepy people are, like, even like actors that play like iconic horror like characters or like nonstop horror characters, how like we see them as this like psychotic person, but in like real life they're like the most normal people you'll ever meet.
Oh yeah.
And then you've got Tim Burton and Helen Bonham Carter, who are just as weird in person.
But you know what? It works for them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Not saying it doesn't, but like, you see Tim Burton stuff, and you're like, that dude's probably weird. And then you see a picture of him, and you're like, yeah, he's kind of weird.
If you ask me, he's more like the skinny version of Robert Smith.
Should I know who Robert Smith is?
Gosh. We're just going to ignore that right now.
Okay.
But, I don't know. I think the only reason why Tim Burton's creepiness and weirdness is he's looking at Robert Smith is appropriate only because, like, he made it work with, like, these kids' movies and, like, with the Batmans and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Well, heck, his first movie was who would have thought to put a dude that only has hands with scissors?
Was that his first movie?
Was that his first?
It was either that or Batman '89.
Hey, you're already looking stuff up, so check it.
Yeah, I don't...
Did you guys see his Dumbo movie?
I did.
It was amazing.
It was good.
I loved it.
Okay.
We'll talk about this later because obviously you didn't.
I did. I'm saying it was good.
Well, here's the thing. I hated Dumbo. I still hate Dumbo. That cartoon is stupid. I don't like it.
That cartoon's super racist.
Probably.
It's super. It
Everything
really
was
is.
back in the day. But, like, I watched this Tim Burton Dumbo because my kid, of course, was like, I want to watch Dumbo. I'm like, okay. And I loved it. So
Nice. You know who else is creepy?
Yeah, no. His first movie was Beetlejuice.
Oh my gosh.
damn.
Can we talk
How
about
far
that
off am
then?
I on the date?
2 years.
Okay.
Oh my
Edward
gosh.
Scissorhand was 3. So
Beetlejuice.
not horrid. It was Beetlejuice,
was
Batman,
amazing.
Edward Scissorhand,
Okay.
Batman Returns.
Can we talk about Beetlejuice?
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
movie.
Oh.
Just don't say it 2 more times.
Surprisingly enough, on
Should I say it again?
October 15th, the Fulton Theater's actually showing that for our retro night.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The 15th
Yeah.
of November.
October.
Today is the
You
15th.
realize
Yeah,
what
no.
today is?
Yeah, I was dating it for people so they know.
You telling me we're recording a podcast right now instead of watching Beetlejuice?
Yeah, because I didn't find out until like 6:30 this afternoon that we were even showing it.
You still could have told me.
Dude, they've been
No.
teasing a Beetlejuice 2 for like 30 years.
I think they're finally
I was
doing
gonna say, I
it.
think it's actually official, like it's coming.
Well, there was the original Beetlejuice 2 was going to take place in Hawaii, and this happened to the point where Beetlejuice had to fight the like volcano monster or the volcano god, and I think right there, and like there was like a picture of like Beetlejuice wearing like a Hawaiian shirt, but I think right there they were just like, yeah, we're not doing this.
See, I liked how hell worked. Or I guess the supernatural, because it really wasn't hell.
This is more like purgatory. I
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
guessing. Yeah.
I liked how that worked in the movie.
That confused the heck out of me when I was a kid.
Well, you weren't supposed to watch it as a kid.
I watched it as a kid.
Well, so do I, but looking back at it, like, we were not supposed to see that movie.
No, it was still a good movie. It was funny. But no, Tim Burton does a great job on. Has he ever came out with a bad movie?
Alice in Wonderland.
Oh, well, yeah.
There's
Okay.
a different take on it. I've seen that one, and really that one was more. I'd say it was more closely related to Alice Through the Looking Glass when she goes back, because
As
it's
the-
after
Yeah,
the
yeah.
first one.
Okay,
So
wait,
if you
wait.
see it as her coming back, it's a whole different story.
But even then, like the way that he,
I just didn't
directed,
like it.
Yeah.
I'll give that to you. It wasn't his best, but I wouldn't say it was horrid. Like, it was okay.
I got another one for you.
Okay.
Oh, and
Sweeney Todd.
Okay. Oh, hold on.
Sweeney
Hold
Todd
on.
is
I'm not-
hold on.
amazing.
I like the play better. I'm just saying I did not like it converted
you-
into a movie.
You can't even
so
compare the
good.
play to the movie. They're both completely different.
I know. That's why I didn't like it.
Well, but it was so. Oh my gosh! Like to this day, can we? Oh my goodness! See, the more we
I
talk
liked
about
it.
this, the more I'm like, I want to talk about everything creepy now. But I'm gonna be the one editing this, and the last one was stupid long, and I hated editing that. So I don't.
I love Sweeney Todd.
Sweeney Todd's amazing.
I thought it was great.
Johnny Depp did really good. Which, just so everyone knows out there, Johnny Depp is a weird, creepy dude. His best friend is Alice Cooper, and Alice Cooper, and Marilyn Manson hang out all the time. And he's in a rock band called Hollywood Vampires with Joe Perry, Alice Cooper, and himself. Yes, Johnny Depp does this stuff. Johnny Depp is an awesome dude. if you were to walk inside Johnny Depp's house, you would never know he was an actor and only think he was a musician. He started off as a musician, opened for Iggy Pop and met him once, and hangs out with Alice Cooper a lot. It blows my mind. Well, I'm saying this because it blows my mind how many people these days are just like, Johnny Depp does that? Yes, because that's who Johnny Depp is. Have you not seen any of his movies?
Yeah, even down to the broke, starving artist.
I get that, but I thought he hung out with Tim Burton a lot.
He also hung out with Tim Burton. Yeah, he does that too.
Like, that's the thing. You know Sweeney Todd is a Tim Burton movie because it stars Johnny Depp and Helen Bonham Carter.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Everything, almost everything he ever makes.
Well, they're married, aren't they? Or no?
No, they're married.
Oh, they split.
They were never married, and they split after a while. Like,
yeah,
they were never actually married, but they might as well.
Wait,
have
who?
been.
Tim Burton and
is there a common law in California?
I don't think they were actually ever married.
I think you're right. That's what I remember. But another creepy dude, Stephen King.
Stephen King is
even like in person, like looking and talking, he's kind of creepy.
He's a different kind of creepy than everyone else, though, that writes stories.
He's the dude that's like psycho, like
I guess, yeah.
Norman Bates, like carries himself type of guy.
Because like Tim Burton is like a creepy dude, but like he's not like a psychopath creepy dude. Whereas Tim Burton's like, Pet Cemetery, and like who thinks of that?
That's Stephen King, not Tim Burton.
That's what I said.
Like Christine, a demon-possessed car.
Yeah, Cujo.
Yeah, Cujo.
Well,
Shining.
I can understand Cujo being creepy because let's be honest, if we saw any dog coming after us like that, that'd be scary.
Yeah, especially a Saint Bernard, which is like the top biggest dogs.
The Shining. Of course, it. Apparently, I heard a rumor that like Stephen King would, when he would think of these stories, would tell these stories to his kids growing up. As their bedtime stories. And like based off of their reaction, he would determine whether or not to actually turn into a book.
He also has a corgi named Molly, a.k.a. the Thing of Evil.
That's awesome.
But
yeah, I know. I heard that rumor. I don't know if it's true or not. So if anybody out there is listening to this, let me know if that Stephen King thing's real. Or if it's kind of real. Like maybe I kind of got it right. I don't know. That's just what I heard. But yeah, I want Stephen King and Tim Burton to do like a movie together.
Ooh, that could be interesting.
What book?
No, just a movie.
I know, but I figured it would be based off of his book.
No. I want them both
to have him write an original movie.
Yeah, just an original idea. Maybe have think of an original idea, but have Stephen King write the book and then Tim Burton direct the movie.
Ooh,
okay,
that could be interesting.
That could be.
It's a lot of ego in one room, though.
It is,
but do either of them really have that big of an ego?
Oh, Stephen King does.
Oh, does he?
He's hated almost every adaptation of his books to movies. Except, like the recent It and like a couple
justified
other.
Or not? Because I haven't read his books to say whether it makes sense or not.
It is definitely. I don't know how far off the new version is.
Apparently, the new version because
I haven't seen chapter 2 yet.
Yeah, apparently these 2 chapters are like pretty much spot on. And like Stephen King had some say into how this was going to work.
I know for a fact The Shining is nowhere close.
Well, see, then that's why he hates it. Because he's like, you took my book and ruined it.
Well, what's funny is that like everybody that reads, and like I mentioned this before with my mom, but like other than my mom, like everyone that reads all these like Stephen King books and then watches the movie, like even The Tower, even like
I remember that.
Yeah, everybody was like,
forgetting that was a movie.
Wait, The Dark Tower?
Cool.
Yeah, The Dark Tower. Yeah,
it looked so cool.
But apparently, it was like horrible if you, especially
because
if you read
they tried to combine 8 books into one movie.
Oh,
yeah,
that would be bad.
So like, I think
the movie looked cool.
Yeah, that premise is stretched out over 8 books.
May I need to read some of those?
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Are they like most Stephen King books and they're ginormous?
I think a couple of them are, but
okay, never mind.
But I think Stephen King again, like I think his ego is justified, and him to be mad if all of his readers
ego so much as him looking at it and going, yeah, this is bad. If you know my stuff, this is bad.
Well, even like his ego of like, hey, I write awesome books. It's like, yeah, you do. And the fact that all of his readers like are stand by him when he says that something's bad, like obviously like he writes amazing books then. Because even the Harry Potter fans weren't even that mad about what they did with Harry Potter.
No, they did pretty good at that.
Which, by the way, is Harry Potter a Christmas movie? Or is it a Halloween movie?
Harry Potter?
Yeah, because like...
Why would it be?
Okay, well, no, hear me out real quick.
Oh, no. We should say this for...
No, hear me out real quick. It's already here. Okay, and we're talking about kind of like Halloween, and like Harry Potter's about trolls and goblins and witches and wizards, and that's Halloween stuff, so I'm going to talk about it. But like, if you watch like all the TV shows that like show movies, they always show Harry Potter during like the Christmas season.
Really?
Yeah, if you haven't noticed that.
No, I haven't had cable in years, dude.
Okay, well, yeah, they do. And like most of the, like... I think every Harry Potter movie has like a Christmas scene in it.
I know the first one does.
Yeah.
I don't really
1 through 4 definitely.
They definitely do.
I don't know what. I don't think they have one. They do. They do
Deathly
have one
Hallows
in 5. They do have one in 5 because that's when it's in. And they do have one in Deathly Hallows. Yeah. So.
Y'all are way above my head.
I think
maybe not in 6 because 6 there's a lot of stuff.
It gets serious.
6 you have a lot of stuff. You got a exposition here to get 7.
But
justify it being a Christmas movie just by having a Christmas scene.
I don't know because like those Christmas scenes are pretty elaborate too. And like I don't know, it's just everything. But like for me, I'm like, why isn't this more of a Halloween thing? Because it literally deals with everything that has to do with Halloween.
It's because it is a family movie.
Well,
it's one that like
every Halloween Town.
I know.
Yeah,
I know that, but you got to think about how many people are back home during the Christmas season versus Halloween season.
More people.
Yeah, okay.
So you're trying to get like
I'll
viewers.
Give you like viewership time frame for it, but it still seems weird that they do Christmas.
Well,
and
maybe
over the summer.
Maybe the Sorcerer's Stone and Chamber of Secrets I could see being more Halloween than the other ones.
I don't know.
I figured 4 through 7 is more Halloween because they're more darker.
Well, they're darker, but I think they're only
more
darker.
Dark. I meant more dark.
No, I got you. I think they're more dark because of how serious the storyline gets.
Oh, it definitely is.
Yeah, and how we're just like the first two were just like we're so getting used to what Hogwarts is and what being witches and wizards are, and they still had like it literally looks like they took they went to a Halloween store, bought all the cool, decorations and set it up in Hogwarts. If you watch the first two, nothing wrong with that because it looks really cool and I love that stuff. But like, if we're going to if I'm going to classify any as Halloween movies, I'd say the first two were.
I mean, I don't know if I'd classify it as either, honestly.
What would you classify it as? Who cares? We're not talking about that. We're talking about October.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways, but I feel like that was.
No, I mean, it's not a bad
topic.
It's not a bad question, but I don't think it's any holiday movie. I think it just happens to take place during a holiday.
Well, unfortunately, like after Alex's argument, I could totally see it being a Christmas movie now.
Well, that's the only thing I could come up with is that it's just because how many people are home for that time
and like
frame.
People can relate to that because they're off to school and then they come back during the holidays. And,
yeah, so it's just easy for them to do.
Yeah, I could say okay. But anyways,
creepy artist,
Zombie Boy. Rest in peace. Rest in peace, by the way.
Zombie Girl.
Is there a girl?
Is there a girl?
Too?
We're probably thinking of two different things, but there is an artist named Zombie Girl.
Oh, I was thinking Zombie Boy, like the deceased actor,
the tattooed bro.
He's in 47 Ronin. And,
yeah, he's dead. When did he die?
He committed suicide a couple years ago.
Oh no,
yeah.
I didn't know that.
That dude. He did. If you don't know who we're talking about with Zombie Boy, if you've ever seen the video of this makeup company covering a dude who is head to toe tattooed and they take it off and he's got like a skull for a face, yes, that guy.
Yeah.
Because I know that video is fairly popular and I've seen it before because I'm like, wow, that was a really good makeup job.
Yeah, and that really blew my mind. Yeah, remember?
He passed away a little over a year ago, August 1st of last year.
That's really sad, man.
Yep.
Yeah. And like, not to knock on all these artists, it's just like we just find them creepy. We're not bashing on them.
Yeah, no, like he's a creepy dude. I'm sure he'd find that as a compliment. Remember back with Ripley's Believe It or Not, the TV. Well, no, Zombie Girl's an artist. A like EDM artist. Yeah.
Oh, it says rock band.
Oh, well, that's weird.
Wait, like the video game?
Zombie Girl is a Canadian electro-industrial/industrial rock project started in 2005.
They're really good. Anyways, no, but remember back in Ripley's Believe It or Not with what was his name, like Catman or whatever?
Yeah.
Lizard Man?
No, not
there
Lizard
is
Man.
a Lizard Man,
the
but
Catman
I remember Catman.
He had the whiskers. He actually had like a functioning tail.
Yeah.
I mean,
And,
the
like,
Lizard Man's
had
also
the fangs.
Have you not seen the transgender dragon man woman? I can't remember if it's a man or a woman.
No. Are you looking up Lizard Man?
Yeah.
That dude's weird.
Yeah, he is.
Look up the dragon. Look up Dragon Lady. That's her name. Dragon Lady.
As much as I want to bring up Lizard Man as like a creepy artist, I can't even say he's an artist. He's just a dude who's had things done to him by artists.
He's a creepy dude. How about that?
Yeah, he very much is a creepy dude, and I don't understand. Like, I understand, get a tattoo, do some body modifications. Not that far. That is taking things way too far, man.
It's like a Mortal Kombat character.
He honestly does. He looks like a reptile if he had more of a human look to him.
Speaking of Ripley's Believe It or Not, do you remember the episode where the guy collected fermented, not fermented, like preserved, unique
Talking
dead
about this
things?
chick, Alex.
Yes.
Well, that's weird.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Are you talking about the guy who had like the dead like 2 pig's head, or like the pig that was like had 2 heads?
That was only like one. He has like a full like house full of them.
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah, that's pretty.
Yeah.
Good. Holy crap! That picture. Wow.
Yeah, that's a real person.
Yeah.
The Dragon Lady.
At least the Lizard Man kind of looks like a lizard. She doesn't look like a dragon.
That's weird.
But yeah.
But yeah, no, I've seen him. Ripley's Believe It or Not. I don't want to say introduced me to creepy stuff, but like made me really think of like what's real and what's not, because it was supposed to.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, but no. Back to creepy artists.
R.L. Stein's a creepy fella.
Who?
R.L. Stein, like the original R.L. Stein, not like Jack Black playing R.L. Stein, but
you're talking writer of Goosebumps.
Writer of Goosebumps.
Oh yeah, no,
like
yeah, okay.
He's very monotone. He's got like the not horn ring glasses, but like the thick, like what you would think of Coke bottle glasses.
I don't even think I've seen a picture of R.L. Stein.
Did you watch Goosebumps?
The author.
Did you watch Goosebumps, the recent Jack Black movie?
Nope.
Oh, never mind. Back when they brought Goosebumps back from, I think they put it back on Nickelodeon instead of Fox. He would intro the show like Todd McFarlane would intro Spawn. Did you watch any of the Goosebumps movies? Like on the Haunted? Oh my god,
dude! I read some of the books, and that's as far as my Goosebump knowledge goes.
Okay, well,
I mean, I know the guy you're talking about. I just have never actually seen the guy or ever heard him.
Okay, he's an interesting fella.
I would imagine. I feel like there's a couple authors out there that could fit under that category. I'd say my favorite author, but outside of his books, he's really not that creepy. He just writes really good, creepy books.
I mean, that counts.
Well, if we're going to count that, then that's Darren Shan. If anybody saw the movie The Vampire's Assistant, he wrote the book that's based on it. Also, that movie is garbage.
Okay, there you go. There you have it, people.
It's He's wrote the Cirque du Freak series, which is a vampire series that has a different twist to it. I'm not going to get into it. Just read them. There's 12 books, but they're only like 250 pages each, so quick reads. They're like young adult novels, so it's nothing too huge.
Ain't too bad. But
he's wrote a lot of stuff. The biggest series he has is the Cirque du Freak, the Demonata, and the City trilogy. Highly recommend all 3 of those. But he's a really good author for like young adult horror fantasy stuff.
Nice.
Yeah, see, that's creepy. Just because he's not creepy outside of it doesn't mean his mind's.
Do you know who we're forgetting off this list? Who's like the king of horror?
Edgar Allan Poe.
I was gonna say him too, but I was gonna say
I got like
Hitchcock.
3 people in my head.
Who?
Alfred Hitchcock.
Oh my gosh, yes.
I was looking at did he write books?
He wrote all his movies, so he's a
yeah.
screenplay writer.
I was just thinking books, which is why I didn't even think Hitchcock.
Like, he turned a bird into a scary thing.
Let me tell you something about the birds. Because of that movie, I started talking in my sleep. I was 8 years old, and I'm not blaming anybody for this. It was all innocent. I don't blame myself either. It was all innocent. I didn't know what the birds was. And my mom is a huge Alfred Hitchcock fan. She just loves how creative he is, I guess. Which is weird because you wouldn't imagine my mom being that type of person. Just because she's just how she is. Not saying anything bad about my mom. She's awesome. But Cody knows what I mean. He knows my mom. But so there was an Alfred Hitchcock like marathon going on TV, and the birds was on, and my mom was just like, oh my gosh, I love the birds. So creative and everything like that. She's like, hey guys, we gotta watch the birds. And my dad was kind of like, are you sure? And like, my mom's like, yeah, like it's super fake. Like you could tell, like it won't scare them. And my dad's like, okay.
Until the attic scene.
And then, wasn't even the attic scene.
One in the, what is it, on like a swing set or something?
Nope. We got I think it was like halfway through the movie. I didn't quite understand what was going on. I'm just like, basically just like a flock of birds. And I'm like, why don't people just duck? So,
yeah, it's like a super simple, like,
yeah,
like only he could have done it.
But it was a scene where the main character, she goes to her dad's house, and she's like, hey, Dad, where are you? Like, looking for her dad. So she saw that the cups were broken that were hanging in her kitchen, and then you're like, oh, my gosh, the birds were in there. And then she looks in the living room, and he's just laying there dead with his eyes pecked out.
Yeah.
And that was the most terrifying, scary thing I have ever seen. I ran immediately to my dad. Like, I was so scared I couldn't even cry. Like, I think I was at the point of like being in shock. I don't know what it was. I don't know what that's called. I went to my dad. I wasn't even crying. I was like, Dad. And he was playing StarCraft. And excuse me. And he looks at me and goes, you saw the eyes popped out, didn't you? And I was like, yes. And it scared me and my little brother. I think my older brother was playing it off because he's, tough. And I couldn't get to sleep. For 2 weeks, every day for 2 weeks, I had to sleep in my parents' bed. I remember the first night so distinctively, it was like new. My mom kept waking me up because she said I kept talking in my sleep. And I remember some of the things I said. I kept being like, hey, Mom, I want to go home. I want to go home. She's like, you are home. And I remember one time I was like, I'm at my room, but I didn't want to go up to my room, so I went back to sleep. I kept saying other stuff in my sleep and stuff like that. And ever since then, it's a lot better now, but even today my wife will be like, hey, you're talking in your sleep. But ever since that like traumatizing moment in my life, I have had issues with talking in my sleep. Jeez. And it really got me. And I will not watch that movie. I saw parts of that movie like a few years ago, and I was like, wow, this is like the fakest thing ever. Like you can literally see them hanging on strings. But I still refuse to watch that movie. I will never watch that movie. So Alfred Hitchcock, you did a great job, man. You traumatized an 8-year-old, and almost 2 decades later, still traumatized. Yeah, okay.
Going to Cody's, Edgar Allan Poe's a creepy dude in general, from looks down to what he wrote.
I mean, not even just that. Like him as a person was creepy.
Yeah.
I have the full Edgar Allan Poe set. If you want to read it sometime,
they're really good.
I've read a decent bit of his stuff, but there's probably a lot that I also haven't even touched.
You got the Mask of the Red Death,
the Pendulum, of course,
the Pendulum, the Pit and the Pendulum, the Raven,
of course,
Raven.
What's the one? Telltale Heart. There we go.
Is that the one? Which one's the one where like the guy kills like his wife and tries to hide her from the cops underneath the floorboard?
Telltale Heart.
It's that one. Yeah, I love that one.
Because he starts hearing the heartbeat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's another one about like marrying his cousin, which actually happened, but I don't remember what the poem was called.
I don't remember. I'm still reading them. So.
I can't remember what that one was. But anyway, he's also he's a hard man to look at in pictures.
Yeah. Now that there's a lot of pictures of him, thankfully, there's few and far between that you can actually find of a good picture of Edgar Allan Poe.
Yeah, but the one I'm thinking of is where his eyes are bulged out and he's just...
You're right. You know who's a great author? Mary Shelley, who wrote Frankenstein.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
That was done very well. I am so happy.
Outside of Frankenstein, what else did she write?
Don't worry about that.
Doesn't matter. She
Who
got
cares?
one.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I was just wondering.
I don't remember. I don't even know if she wrote any more
stuff to readers. That like her biggest thing that everyone's like, yeah, read that. And
I think that was just it. I really don't know. But
she probably has more, but like she kind of hit that like milestone.
Okay.
I'm glad that a woman wrote that book because I feel like only a woman could write that because. Like, we're guys, and we, you know, ever since we were kids, we're like, oh, gross stuff is cool and stuff like that. Whereas women are more like, no, gross stuff is gross. So for her to create this, like, gross monster and this, like, nightmarish, I guess, fantasy of a monster roaming loose and, like, involving a wedding and involving a man who's obsessed and everything like that, I really think that only a woman could write such a detailed thing, like original thought like that, just because of the amount of detail that she put in to everything that was going on. Like, I was never scared from it, but I was like, this is real emotion right here. This is real description right here. You could tell that she is very, real disgusted with what is going on now because of the way that she describes it. It's just, I don't know, to me, I could feel the emotion through the book when I read it.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
You got Bram Stoker.
Yeah.
Bram Stoker.
Frankenstein. I'm still on chapter 4. I've been reading that for a year. I'm still on chapter 4. But I love it. It's already better than any Dracula movie I have ever seen.
Even the movie?
Especially. I could see, okay, so like I didn't know Dracula originally had a mustache.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah, see? No one ever shows him with a mustache.
I feel like he just looked weird with a mustache.
They do, but they mostly refer to him when he has like the facial hairs, Vlad the Impaler.
Yeah.
So they referred to him by the guy that he's actually named after.
Yeah. But no, like the movie with Keanu Reeves, like I could kind of see
his accent is so bad.
Yeah. I could kind of see where they took some things from the book and put it in the movie, but at the same time, I'm like, it's way better in the book. I'm only 4 chapters in too.
But the movie's still almost 4 hours long.
Oh.
No, thank you.
Yeah, that movie is unbelievably long.
Sounds about like Gone with the Wind, way too long.
Yeah, I guess, but we're not talking about Gone with the Wind right now.
Just saying, 2 super long
Although
movies.
Gone with the Wind has the most perfect ending of any movie I have ever seen.
Sure.
Like, there's no better way to end a movie than, like, a woman pouring her heart out, admitting, basically she was wrong, he was right, just how much she loves him, and he's just like, don't care, and walks away, and I'm like, dude! That is, to me, like, you cannot end anything better than that. That was just perfect.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Rob Zombie.
Yeah.
You're going to quantify him as creepy? Well, yeah, he is.
Are you serious?
He is, yeah.
Have you seen his live shows?
Not recently.
They're amazing. He has, like, giant pictures of, like, his favorite horror movie icon. So it's like the classic Wolfman, the classic, Dracula, the original Phantom of the Opera.
So the Monster Squad.
Yeah, basically the Monster Squad, and like he has his own theatrics, and he's a really cool guy. Did you know Rob Zombie never rebelled against his parents?
Yes, didn't we talk about that last time?
We talked. I think we talked about it.
We talked about it at some point.
At some point, I can't remember when, but yeah, he's like a super normal guy. He just likes creepy things,
Yeah.
I don't know. I like people like him and Alice Cooper and like I even like Johnny Depp, where like they are like creepy individuals, but like they're not ashamed of it, because I felt like this where like I feel like I don't want to say like society, but it just people will like judge me for like being quote unquote creepy. Or like coworkers especially, and just a lot of even friends and family, but like what these people have done, and even like the authors and actors that we've mentioned, like what they've done is that they've just embraced it, and they're comfortable with themselves and they're able to then be themselves and then create these amazing, iconic just things that will be known forever and ever. I mean, how old is Edgar Allan Poe stuff? Like old.
Honestly, it's not as old as you would
Yeah.
think it is.
It's still old. I mean,
Early 1900s, right?
Yeah.
Late 1800s?
yeah, well, we're in the
It's
2000s,
a little over-
man. Like,
Yeah, but it's really only a little over 100 years
then
old.
Frankenstein, Dracula, like.
Yeah, compared to that
Yeah.
literature, it's young, though. That's
yeah.
what we're saying.
Well, I'm saying compared to us right now,
Yeah.
it's old.
Yeah.
So, but even then, like, I mean, Alfred Hitchcock is old film.
Yeah.
But like Psycho will live on forever. The concept of Psycho, like at the end where it's like his mom was dead the whole time and he was his mom, you know, the whole personality. How many other movies and shows have adopted that?
A lot.
Yeah, you know. But what would happen if they gave into, I guess, society? You know, because he was
And
given a lot of
never
crap.
made it.
Yeah, and was just like, you know what? I won't be myself.
Yeah.
Well, they almost pulled it
Yeah, I know.
from just because of the shower scene.
But I just, you know, it's crazy how like we talk about these creepy guys, but like there's a lesson to be learned here, and that's like just be yourself.
Yeah.
You know, even if you are creepy, don't be a creep. Don't be creeping on people.
Just, you know, be a creep, be a weirdo.
Yeah, embrace it. You But,
Dude, Sir Anthony Hopkins, for only 12 minutes of film, is the creepiest mofo
How
in the
did he
entire
do
world.
that?
What are you talking about?
Hello, Clarice.
Hello.
Oh, okay. Now I know what you're talking about.
He won an Oscar for less than 15 minutes of screen time.
I love his take on
I thought he was the main character in that film.
No. He's the main character in the second one.
In the second one, in Silence of the Lambs, he's like tertiary character at the most.
Yeah, he was supposed to be like an assistant like character or something like that. Yeah.
Well then, good job, Anthony Hopkins.
Won it for 15 minutes of film. And the creepiest thing about that is whenever he says like, I ate his liver with fava beans and a nice Chianti.
Mm-hmm.
The trick about that is that that's actually a English dish that they make in England, and they pair it with a red wine like Chianti. So like you don't know if he's telling the truth or not.
Yeah.
That was like
That's
a hidden
crazy.
feature in like the movie.
What I love is that like I was listening to NPR once and Anthony Hopkins was on there, and they were talking about Silence of the Lamb. And at first they wanted him sitting down and or like laying down on his bed like acting normal, but he didn't feel that was quite right for this character. He didn't feel that it was creepy, or not even just a creepy. He didn't feel it was intimidating.
Yeah.
You know? Cuz he was even like, I smelled your perfume and stuff like that, and like named off her perfume and everything like that, and he's a predator. And what a predator does is that they stalk or they intimidate. So he was like, I'm going to stand in the middle of his cell waiting for Clarice.
Yeah.
And that's what he did. And I don't know if you've ever seen that scene, Cody, but like
Nope.
if you just watch that scene alone on YouTube, you're just like, wow.
Yeah.
This
you
is
can
amazing.
Yeah, you can just watch that one scene to get who Hannibal Lecter is in that entire persona.
All right.
What I love about his take on Hannibal Lecter, and even what's his bucket's take in I Saw the Time, and even what's his bucket take in the Hannibal Lecter TV show,
Mads Mikkelsen.
Yeah, who I think did an amazing job as Hannibal Lecter.
Oh, I did too.
Oh yeah, it's an amazing show too. I'm surprised it only lasted 3 seasons. Well, I am not surprised because of how many people.
I heard there was a memo that it only could last 3 seasons.
Yeah, I think it could have gone 5. But anyways, what I love about Anthony Hopkins' take, which is what they adopted in the season, was that how polite and proper he was. Like even in Hannibal Lecter, when he was preparing the guy's brain and how he was cooking it properly.
Oh, and talking to him the whole
time. But being polite. I was like, hey, if you can't keep in the conversation, don't keep up at all. And how he's still being polite to Clarice, but still being a evil, sinister person.
Wasn't that Ray Liotta? that he was eating?
I think so. I can't remember. It's been a while. But it's been a while since I've looked it up. I actually, I'm not going to lie, when I'm thinking of different horror movie characters or ideas that I make, because I've told you guys about my horror movie short that we will eventually make. I don't know. It's really up to me when we do that. But I'll watch scenes like that and be like, just really analyze the character, because I just love how polite and proper he is. And in the TV show, when Hannibal Lecter was cooking, especially for like the dinner party, like he's just doing it to classical music, just preparing his meal like you would any other meal, and just so proper about it. I'm like, you would never know this guy's a psychopath, by looking at it. Yeah, right. So I don't know. It's just, I really love that. I guess that's why I like all the creepy artists that I like too. Because like I said, like they're all normal people, but they're creepy people. I don't know, it's just really cool. I don't know. People right now are probably thinking, John, you're a psychopath. Which I don't know. All right. You guys have anything else?
I mean, there's plenty of other artists we could talk about, but that could take us literally all night.
Just name them off. We don't need to talk about it. Just name them off.
Guar. Yeah. We're not getting into that, though.
Okay, quick side story. October Talk number 1, after we were done, we mentioned Guar. Alex had no idea who they were, and we spent an hour educating him. So now Alex is permanently scarred.
Yeah.
And personally scarred. Yeah. He's scarred.
Yeah, that big old codfish.
Big old
who is the lead singer for In This Moment?
Oh, the chick from The Grinch?
Nope. Wrong band. That would be... She's in The Pretty Reckless.
Yeah, that's what I said.
He said In This Moment.
I know. Who was it? I thought it was the same girl.
No.
Oh, shoot.
Give me a second. I'll have it.
Well, the chicken Pretty Reckless is still pretty creepy. In This Moment. Okay, but yeah, In This Moment.
Taylor Momsen, that's who's in Pretty Reckless.
Their theatrics are really good, too.
Billie Eilish is kind of creepy. Eilish.
She creeps out my wife. So
she's kind of creepy. Like, just her way she holds herself, but that also...
Like, she's like a pop star creepy, which we haven't really seen.
Yeah, I think that's what throws me off on it.
Maria Brink.
Excuse me,
that's who I was thinking of. Maria Brink. She's basically like the Lady Gaga of metal right now. If you've seen any of their stuff, you know I'm not wrong.
Hey,
about
Lady
this.
Gaga is creepy as can be in American Horror Story.
Oh, I was like, as a person, I was like, she's pretty average.
No, in American Horror Story Hotel, creepy.
I love her so much.
I haven't seen Horror Story ever.
I would love to meet Lady Gaga.
Yeah,
I'll even tell her and be like, dude, I've had a crush on you since like high school.
All right.
So, and now we're never going to get an interview with Lady Gaga. So,
that was already going to be hard, but yeah, now it just made it harder.
Right. Venom's creepy. The comic book character.
Not as creepy as Carnage.
Carnage is creepy too.
Actually, I think more Butch Cassidy's creepy.
Butch Cassidy's creepy.
I don't know if I would say Carnage is creepy because he's literally just the embodiment of mayhem, which I don't really find that creepy. Like Venom is a little more.
Yeah. He's
Venom
made
is
out
more
of
calculated.
Carnage is like his symbiotic relationship with Butch Cassidy's is in his blood.
That I'll give you is creepy, but just like Carnage as a whole, like Venom is calculated in what he does. Carnage is just like mad adrenaline rush doing whatever the F he wants without any thought.
That's true. The Witches is creepy.
Yeah.
Oh, the comic you had me read? Yeah.
That was
super
so
creepy.
Good
too.
You ever see
I got 1.5 for you to read too.
Oh, yes.
Jack Black. Jack Black is creepy. No, he is. If you I will.
Really?
Is he really from Missouri?
I don't know. But no, yeah, Jack Black's really creepy. You don't know that?
He just seems like a fun dude.
Yeah, he seems like a fun guy.
He's also creepy.
I wouldn't see him as creepy, but I guess he
I will tell you, the fun dude
funny.
I find creepy, and you're going to yell at me for this, I find Jim Carrey just a little bit creepy.
I could kind of see that. But
just a little bit.
Since I'm a selfish guy, we're not talking about that. I'm not going to talk about why Jack Black's creepy either. But
okay.
Dude, I'm thinking of a comic
This is
book
all
character.
compliments, people. Like creepy's like these are
we're
good
not saying
things.
it's a bad thing.
I feel like I need to keep reiterating. They're not creeps. Well, Jack Black might be a creep, but they're not creeps. They're creepy. They're like.
It's not like they're creeping on people or doing weird, creepy things.
I mean, like
you look at them and you're like, man, that dude's kind of creepy. Like they're dark and mysterious.
Well, no, they
That's
also
the best way to.
They're Batman.
Yeah, they also do creepy things. Like you were
not
like,
in like a bad way.
No, I mean none of this stuff is a bad way. I still classify people as creepy when they make creepy things.
Yeah. Like the safest way is just like they're dark, mysterious people.
Well, like I mean, I don't think Tim Burton's a dark, mysterious person. He's pretty open about things. You know,
Touché.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's not really a good way to explain it that it doesn't sound weird.
I feel like we all understand our own interpretation of creepy. Like I think you're a creepy guy, but like in a good way.
Yeah.
You know, and people think I'm creepy, but like we're both two different kind of creepies.
Yeah.
Alex is a creep.
Booyah.
So, I think Batman's a creep, just staring at people all day in the darkness.
Yeah, he is a psycho. Yeah, but he's an awesome
He's
psycho.
not a psycho, he's just a creep.
He dresses as a bat and beats up people with mental illnesses. He's pretty psychotic.
What is wrong with him? And he sneaks around in the shadows to creep on people.
He's my favorite superhero, but he's a little psychotic.
Yeah.
There's a whole deep fan theory I could talk about, but it does not fit this episode.
About how Batman's the psychopath. And
yeah, he's actually in Arkham.
Yeah.
There's a comic book that's made like that.
Yeah, probably. Frank Miller.
Frank Miller is a old creepy man comic book writer.
I love his artwork so much.
I used to. I like his old stuff. His new stuff is not as good.
I'm the same as new stuff, but I'll have to look at it.
He's a very bitter man.
I believe that 100%.
He's a very bitter man.
But anything else, guys?
No, I think we hit. I mean, again, we could probably think of more artists in some format to talk about, but we've hit pretty much the gist of it.
Yeah. Okay. Give us some suggestions for the next October talk.
If you've got any creepy artists we didn't mention,
put
them in the comments.
Creepy artists.
It's great hearing from you personally, but comment section people, we need the analytics.
Do the comments. We will no longer respond.
Okay, so obviously, if you've listened this far, you've probably talked to me personally or direct messaged me or anything like that. They want you guys to stop talking to me, which is sad because it's the only friends that I got.
Not saying to stop.
No, stop talking.
Stop talking to you.
Stop talking to me. If you want to talk to me through the comment section. So I'll be lonely for a while.
Okay.
But lonely's part of being creepy, I guess. Shut up. So, all right. I'll end it, I guess. Bye.
Peace.
Or not, Cody. That's cool.